full moon in Capricorn. And I assure you, if you gift yourself this full moon exploration, you will be able to have so much more clarity and confidence in terms of any type of goals that you're currently focused on, or that maybe have even been on the back burner, that are percolating in your consciousness. So gift yourself these 15 minutes to allow yourself to go inward, where all answers are found. And the reason I am so certain you will have more clarity is A, you're going to go inward. I'm not going to give you any solutions. Your higher self is going to be called upon to assist you. Your higher self is your greatest guru. And that is what I'm very proud of at Sovereign Temples, is we simply are redirecting the souls that are attracted to our offerings and our audio transmissions. We simply create a container for you to resource your own inner guru. There is nothing in the moon, the sun, or the stars, or a book or another teacher, anything external that can guide you like you can guide you. And when I say like you, I mean capital Y-O-U, right? Higher self you, that is literally a direct reflection of the same holy qualities of divinity. That is literally organizing trillions of electrons for your body to be in form to experience a human life for your greatest soul expansion and fun. And so just know that every single time you come for an exploration with us, and I don't even like to call, I'm getting a word away from the word meditation. Meditation has so much programming around it and definitions around it. When you're exploring something, you're literally just exploring it. So there's no right or wrong, but when we invoke your higher self, and we, we're also harnessing this Capricorn season for the full moon, right? Which shifts every couple days. And, the moon makes its way, like every cycle of the moon has gone through all, constellations, where the sun, is in one, for about, for 30 days or so, right? So you're just thinking about that, like how the moon is, yes, that emotional body, which fluctuates way more. And then you have the sun, far more, of a masculine qualities, that more stable, right? It's a lot longer that it is staying in that constellation. So yes, are we always harnessing that? For sure. But we're being far more in tune with using the solar seasons and the lunar cycles and the sign that the lunar cycle is in and the phase to do what? To redirect you back inward to those exact types of phases and cycles and seasons that you move through in your own life, with your higher self being the guide that can guide you better than anyone else. So with all of that, let us just take some deep breaths. And, this is like with summer solstice just happening and the sun moving into Cancer. I want you to just take a deep breath and thinking about your emotional body. Maybe just taking a moment to thank your emotional body. Maybe something going on in your life right now that even had you click on this. Maybe just a new interest in full moon, because it's so cool to look at. And just thanking your emotional body. And really just feeling into your emotional body. I'm just going to invite you to explore with me now, invoking your higher self through your emotional body. Not seeing anything, not having to clear your mind, not having to even sense something at all, even emotionally, right? But just to be open to exploring. If you don't feel that you're making a connection, could you be open to exploring what it would feel like to commune, to have a communion, so a deep connection with the light of your higher self. Just exploring it. Openness. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, and just witnessing yourself, your human body, seeing electrons. If you're not familiar with what an electron looks like, go ahead and look up on the computer screen. The electrons, the pieces, particles of light moving the speed of light. An electron can be in two places at once. Physics, quantum physics is so fascinating. But this is literally, these particles of light are literally making up your entire body. So could you explore these particles of light and invoking your higher self here in a moment to just become aware of these particles of light that your higher self is operating to beat your heart, to breathe through you, your digestion that grew your eyeball in your mother's womb, right? With her electrons. So it's like, let's just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath out. Deep breath in, connecting to your body. Invoking the higher selves of all listening ears for those that are ready to sense and explore a sensation or be open to inviting one in at divine timing as directed by their own higher selves to begin to feel a connection with the light of their higher selves, as our higher selves are now encapsulating us in this awareness, in this field of awareness and heightened sensation of this connection. Just feeling into that. Maybe again, just picturing the electrons all throughout your body. There you go, just feeling that sense of peace from this connection. And being more illuminated with our higher selves. And in this sun sign of Cancer, as summer solstice, the peak of light for the northern hemisphere, all working together. And the moon, the full moon in Capricorn, what is that? Let us say, okay, how can I reference what Capricorn symbolizes? Success. It's a very earth sign, goal-oriented, grounded, a path of success. Right? Well, what does success mean? A lot of people associate it to money. Well, what is money? Money is, a form of exchange and choice and a form of prosperity. But what area, if you were to ask your higher self right now, or maybe you've had some ideas of goals or action plans, or maybe you know that you've been needing to do something, but fear has been preventing you, call upon your emotional body, right, that Cancer represents, which is what the sun is now in, to assist you in receiving this moon illumination, more illumination of light. So much light right now. Light from the moon, light from the sun. On the path in alignment with your higher self's mission for you this lifetime, and why it decided to become human. To explore what? Being encapsulated by your higher self, feeling the illumination of the moon, the illumination of the extended daylight. There's no right or wrong, you're just exploring. If your higher self could extend to you a few nuggets about any type of goals or plans that will always be flexible, nothing is ever written in stone, And what it shows us now does not mean that that is what it will show us in 6 months, but it's what we need to know for our level of awareness and our level of faith right now. So being willing to accept whatever your higher self is ready to offer you in a transmission right now. I'm going to go silent. Let's just take in a couple deep breaths, getting to feel your heart opening, your thoughts ceasing, just to be open and willing to explore your higher self offering you a transmission around goals and plans and action steps during this full moon in Capricorn that you will intuitively sense and feel. Maybe hear it. Just breathe into that. Allow the transmission. It is safe to trust what you hear, what you feel. Breathing, allowing yourself just a moment of appreciation for allowing yourself the space to be in communion with your higher self and to create space to have your higher self's goals and plans offered to you for more clarity. As when we are in alignment with these goals, with this purpose, with this mission, with this action plan, we feel so good and excited, enthusiastic, energized to move forward, even with fear of the unknown, because we're in alignment with our soul, and alignment feels good. Now, we are going to now ask our higher selves to bless us with a transmission of any doubt or fear clearing, and to have gratitude for the doubt and the fear. There's nothing wrong. It is completely normal. Doubt because the path isn't crystal clear. The more you invoke your higher self and do what? Allow your feelings, using discernment then too, well, am I, feeling that I'm not on my path just because, I'm fearful of what other people will think of me when I really start shining so freaking bright as my higher self does when I do what it has laid out for this human life? Or am I, feeling a resistance because I'm trying to force this because it was once my human plan that I'm now trying to trick my higher self into accepting is the higher self plan. And so the resistance is there, right? And so we're also going to be asked, we're going to ask our higher self to bless us with discernment. So just take a deep breath, but knowing that When you have desires on your heart that are in alignment with your higher self, it is very different than the desires of an ego that is very attached to recognition and success, to be acknowledged externally, or success out of survival needs versus fulfillment and service needs. Very, very different, right? So really just allowing yourself to trust that these desires on your heart that your higher self is showing you a plan for, offering action steps, right? And just how safe, there's nothing actually safer. There's nothing that will provide more prosperity, joy, fun, fulfillment than that plan. So over these next 30 seconds, we're invoking now your higher self. Say, higher self, I invoke you. Higher self, I invoke you. Offer me a transmission of grace, of discernment, of banishing fear and doubt that is from society programming, that it is not safe to follow you. And seed me with discernment. Taking some breath and seeing higher selves like seeding you, like with this seed of light, picturing like a seed of light, like a watermelon seed, a pumpkin seed, but like as light, and just being planted in your heart, in your mind, that truly is ready to be in service to your heart and is ready to cast aside societal programming, causing fear and judgment. And breathing into that, taking a moment to feel your higher self offering you that seed of light. And breathing into that and knowing that seeds can take time to grow, but the fruit, oh my. And to continue to call upon your higher self as we close this exploration. Whatever you experienced is perfect, but know that your higher self, through the power of your intention and invocation, is always serving you. And we give thanks to all of our higher selves, to the sun and the moon, to all of the stars, and to our Holy Mother and Holy Father that are truly in service for us to experience heaven on earth, and that it is their joy to give us the kingdom, and that the kingdom is within, that we can always enter through our breath going inward and using the assistance of our higher selves, which, yes, is the divine aspect of us, so that our human self can realign with that aspect of divinity for co-creating our heaven on earth, following our divine paths, and carrying out our divine missions here. I want to thank you all for this beautiful full moon exploration. We will be continuing to grow this seed of light throughout this moon cycle that really started on June 6th, is going through July 4th when the Syrian Stargate opens. Also thinking about, Independence Day for those of us in the U.S. and that representation of freedom and sovereignty. And may our higher selves bless our consciousness and awareness that we are sovereign beings, that no one is doing anything to us. No one can do anything to us. And come back into that sovereignty throughout this cycle shedding all victimhood and picking up our sword of truth, that we are here for a divine purpose that includes love, joy, pleasure, fun, and service. All my love and light. See you on the next time. Namaste.